Howdy folks, we're getting ready to start on forest paths, and um, it uses C3, C7, and the background. So I'm going to bring you down to the board and we are going to get started. We start this block by making our 4 at a time half square triangles. So we'll start there. And just as a reminder, we go around the edge and then cut on the diagonal. I just pressed a cross here and a diagonal here because I wanted to show you another way of cutting this if you don't want to use a rotary cutter. In the earlier videos you saw me using my scissors a lot. Well, by ironing that shows me where to cut. Also, you can use your rotary cutter and so I have all 4 of the half square triangles cut apart, but I still have to trim them to what the pattern tells us they need to be. But I'm going to press them open first. And the instructions tell us press seams open. Now remember, you don't want to stretch or distort your half square triangles because they're cut on the bias. So be careful when you press and when you if you're using the starch, be careful. Don't. So what I'm going to do is go straight down on it, and I'm going to do all of my pressing and everything before I trim. So I just go straight down. I don't go back and forth like that. Then I'm going to turn it over. And do the same thing, straight down. Now, the next thing we're going to do is sew one of these to the top and one to the bottom of each of the C7 strips. Now on these, you're going to need to make sure that they're cut exactly the length that the pattern says, because when you attach the background pieces to the side, it's going to have to match up with the, this is going to make a pinwheel once you have it trimmed. Like that. And once this is all trimmed and sewn together, this is going to have to match so that you can match the seams up. So you need to be sure that the length that the pattern tells you to cut this is what you cut it. Don't cut extra on this particular one. And we're putting the background square on the top and bottom of just two, because the other two will go like that. You'll see when we get there. But I just wanted, at this point, I wanted to make sure that you cut that exactly what the pattern says. And just like the half square triangles, we're pressing our seams open like the pattern says. And if you don't have one of these rollers, you can use your fingernail and just, especially on these, they're not on the bias, so you don't have to worry about them stretching. Okay, I'm going to trim my half square triangles and I'll be back to put the block together. My camera cut out on me and I had to do some moving stuff around because it said my hard drive was full, so I reviewed the video I was taking when it cut out and I didn't lose very much, so I'm gonna go with it. What I was doing when the video cut out was I was pressing the pinwheel, and so I'll show you that, what it looks like on the back, and then on the front how the points match up. So we're ready now to put together the rest of the block. We're going to start with the top and bottom pieces, and then when they're put on, we will add the side pieces. So let's get started. I always put my solid strip on the bottom, right sides up, so that I can see the seams and make sure they don't flip on me. And you can use either your seam ripper or your stiletto if you need to hold your seams in place. Make sure they don't flip. Try not to sew your stiletto. Okay, we will iron these seams open and then add the other two pieces. Since I'm having issues with storage, I'm going to pause you. Okay, this is what we look like after those are put on. There's what the back looks like. Now we're going to add the side pieces. Like that. So let's get these on. This side has the most seams, so it will be facing up. Because I have so many seams here that I don't want to flip, I'm going to be going looks like this to hold them down, and it goes through both sides, but it's not going to be in the way of the seam, so I don't have to remove it, the pin. And I'll do that to both of the side seams and the middle seam. Okay, so this is what it looks like pinned. And there's a little extra here which will be down, so the feed dogs will ease it in for us. Okay, come back here. And I have this up to accommodate the pin heads. and the seams match up perfectly. The little extra steps you take, the time is worth the effort. So I'm going to pause you and I'm going to press, well actually I'm going to go ahead and sew this before I press. Okay, this seam flipped. So what I do is I just take one thread and flip it over. So now that's flipped the right way. That's the right way. And everything is cool. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to pause the camera because of storage issues. There we have it. Block number 23, Forest Paths. This was a fun one. I hope you enjoy making it too. See y'all in the next one. Well, that's it for today. So I'm going to say, be blessed, less stressed, and pet some fabric today. See you later.